My name is Mike Odom. I'm the editor of the Courier newspaper in Fairhope. I was just interested in a status report or what your understanding is and your plans for selecting the new police chief. My understanding is that that's a job of the council and that the meetings at the final round of interviews will be governed by the Open Meetings Act. I understand that the application period, which was set prior to your taking office, ends on the 30th, and just wanted to know what your plans were for handling that job and if my understanding meshes with yours.
Okay. Anybody want to take a stab at that?
As of right now, the applications are still coming in. I had 7 returned in today. Once all the applications are put in place, they will be put in a form and analyzed by the HR. And then we will make sure all the qualified applicants are listed. And then I will be working with the 2 liaisons who I believe are 2 council members that are appointed, who represent the police and judicial branches, work with them and come up with a slate of 3 to 4 names, maybe 5, for them to interview and talk to whoever they want to hire.
And I'll just expand on that. I've had conversations with the mayor about this, Mr. Odom, and those applications are open to the council members right now. At any time we want to go review those applicants, we can. We've talked about, there is total understanding that the council is to make that final determination. We do want to select an applicant that can work with the mayor and work with all of us together. We've had discussions of that. I know one-on-one. I believe, Diana, you were involved in one of those discussions, correct? It was you and I and the mayor had that discussion. Outside of only speaking for myself, I didn't want to get the cart ahead of the horse, but I believe that those applications are open to us anytime. I have reviewed several of those applications. I have not read them all, but once I'm only speaking for myself. But I see nothing that would suggest that it wouldn't be a very open process, and that all of the council members would be fully involved at any time they want to be. The mayor suggests that they will come back with 3 or 4 qualified candidates, but we know that we can look at any of those at any time.
And then the actual, thank you, the interview process itself, is it your understanding that those interviews occur in open meeting?
Quite honestly, we have not discussed that as a body.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked at that either. I'd have to look at the open meetings law to see if that covers that. And I can't answer that question right now.
Do you have a time frame, and the last question, by which you'll sort of undertake this job?
Once again, just from the various conversations I've had, there's no set time. I mean, we're not in a rush. That doesn't mean we're dragging our feet. We wanted to get through the applications deadline first before we start digging into it. Should somebody rise to the top and be a solid contender, there's nothing that would keep us from making a quick recommendation, but there's nothing that I see that compels us to make a quick decision either. I mean, we want to take our time and do it right. And I believe from conversations that I've had a one-on-one with the council members, correct me if I'm wrong, we all feel the same way. Am I correct in that?
Want to make the right choices. We need to check with HR too as far as the open meeting, as far as their interviews or viewing of their applications. We don't want to run off a potential chief because he's afraid that his coming out here would be too soon. He may already be employed someplace else. So we have to check with the HR director and make sure we don't have a problem with that.
Is there a possibility that y'all could report back to the public in some way with regards to the conclusions you reach, with regards to the process you made?
With regards to the process and the timeline and,
yes,
and all of that?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.